For me, it's shocking because I was passed through here, and it's like, but how they could find a dead body up there?
They need to feed their child and they don't have money. So you maybe have to, they're put in a position where they feel like they either need to shoplift some bread or go hungry that night.
You don't kill a 1-year-old because you need some bread.
In the beginning, God formed man out of the earth and breathed his breath in him, and he became a living soul.
Across the country, tense moments caught on camera as more businesses enforce new rules to stop the spread of the virus.
So now you have nothing to say because you're sitting here with your middle finger up, blocking your face because you're a coward.
Yeah, I'm laughing at you.
Like, are you for real? And you think you have the right to take your mask off?
Where do you derive the authority to regulate human breathing?
And you think you have the right to take your mask off to get everyone else sick?
I don't wear a mask for the same reason I don't wear underwear. Things gotta breathe.
Is that funny? You're funny. It's super funny. I swear to God, if you touch me again, I will knock you out.
You cannot mandate, you literally cannot mandate somebody to wear a mask knowing that that mask is killing people. Every single one of you that are obeying the devil's laws are going to be arrested. And you, doctor, are going to be arrested for crimes against humanity. Every single one of you have a smirk behind that little mask, but every single one of you are going to get punished by God. You cannot escape God. You cannot escape God. I'm gonna say that again. You cannot escape God, not even with the mask or 6 feet. 6 feet, like I said before, is military protocol. You're trying to get the people to train them so when the cameras, the 5G comes out, what? They're gonna scan everybody. We gotta get scanned, we gotta get temperatured. The kids have to go to school with masks. Are you insane? Are you crazy? I think all of you should be in a psych ward right the heck now.
I knew they should have taken our shot first.
This is the Portland Police Bureau. This is a civil disturbance. We have declared an unlawful assembly. Leave the area now, or you'll be subject to use of force to include riot control agents and impact conditions. Leave now. This is the Portland Police Bureau. This is a civil disturbance. We have declared an unlawful assembly. Leave the area now, or you'll be subject to use of force to include riot control agents and impact conditions. Leave now. And I hereby declare this to be an unlawful assembly and order all persons so assembled at Cleaver 2 and J.C. Nichols, Cleaver 2 and Maine to immediately and personally disperse. If you do not do so, you will be arrested.
Reporting that people broke into the police union headquarters and set it ablaze.
This comes as tensions grow over federal agents who have taken to the streets of Portland in camouflage and tactical gear, using tear gas on protesters, some even pulling up into unmarked vans and arresting people and putting them inside.
They are taking people off the street who are doing nothing more than exercising their right to peacefully protest. And every single American should be afraid of this because this is what authoritarian dictators do.
This is where we're at right now.
Hope there looks to be more.
Law enforcement tries to push everyone back.
With each night that passes, there seems to be more efficiency from law enforcement. They seem to be more coordinated and more purposeful on what they are trying to accomplish against those protesters who opt not to leave.
If you have the chance, I know you're moving and it's obviously pretty tense there, but anyone you can ask near you, I'm just very curious why people have chosen to stay. There are a variety of reasons, and probably universally for many of them, because they're protesting for the same cause, but I'd like to hear their thoughts if you are able to talk to anyone while you're on the move.
Sure. Here, let me ask. Sir, my name is Vanessa with King 5. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Sure.
So the curfew's at 5. Why did you stay past the curfew?
Say it again?
Since there was a curfew at 5, why did you feel you wanted to stay past the curfew for this rally?
I mean, like when the Minneapolis police officers, Minneapolis, like in the whole, like when they arrest, like the whole, like 4 of the police officers for first degree murder.
Yeah.
This is when everything's gonna stop. Until then, we're still gonna march. We're still gonna protest.
So, were you planning on staying past the curfew coming out here originally?
Yeah, I was about to go home. I was at work the whole time, and then I saw people protesting. I was like, "Yep, I'm gonna join."
All right, well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Get home safe.
Yeah, me too. I gotta stop.
So it looks like Vanessa is walking right next to the Washington State Convention Center.
To you guys.
In the last 52 days, Portland has declared a riot on numerous occasions because of this nightly violence. And while this action helps, unfortunately, they only take this action when city officials or local law enforcement are targeted, not federal. On July 3rd, before any surge of DHS law enforcement resources arrived in Portland, the mayor said the violence, and I quote, has been going on for more than a month now. Groups continue to target the Justice Center. They continue to hurt small businesses. And these attacks undermine public safety. These words are true today as they were before DHS law enforcement arrived in the city of Portland. My message is very simple. If you're looking to peacefully protest in Portland, the department respects your right to do so. Please do so away from the violent activity that is taking place near the courthouse on a nightly basis for your own safety. If you are a violent rioter looking to inflict damage to federal property or law enforcement officers, you need to find another line of work. We will not retreat. We will continue to take the appropriate action to protect our facilities and our law enforcement officers. If you're a local leader, now is the time to step up and protect your community. Work with the department and other federal authorities in Portland to responsibly bring this nightly violence to a close. Media, report the facts, all the facts. Do not glamorize the anarchist and the criminals. And do not perpetuate the false narratives many of us have seen recently. I pulled two headlines before coming down here today. One, U.S. official calls protest anarchist. Inaccurate and very misleading. Individuals trying to set fire to a building are no longer protesting. They are criminals. I, or any other senior official at the department, has no problem with peaceful protesters. Said that a couple of times, I'll say that again. Second headline, unidentified federal agents are detaining protesters in Portland. Again, inaccurate and false. As you've heard I say, you'll hear Acting Commissioner Morgan say, all officers are identified as police law enforcement officers. We are only targeting and arresting those who have been identified as committing criminal acts. Let me turn it over now to Chris Klein, who's our Deputy Director of our Federal Protective Service, FPS. FPS has the mission to protect federal property across the country. Deputy Director Klein will walk you through the role of FPS, as well as the operational summary.